As expected, the Arsenal transfer rumours are hotting up ahead of a massive summer transfer window as we approach the end of the season. And today we're going to be talking about Viktor Gyokeres. Arsenal apparently open talks to sign Viktor Gyokeres. There's been talk with the agent of that. He's a friend of Mikel Arteta's, and we're going to talk about this deal. Is Gyokeres the guy for Arsenal this summer? Welcome back to our Arsenal News show. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel if you are new, as we are very close to 10,000 subscribers. And also, I really appreciate you guys could hit the like button on the video, as it boosts the video out there and, gets more people, of course, to get involved as well. That'd be greatly appreciated. Don't be afraid to get in the comments down below as well. Leave your thoughts on this potential deal. And do you guys think Arsenal will be signing Viktor Gyokeres, or do you see him going elsewhere? And if we do sign him, is this guy the perfect option for our number 9 woes? So yeah, this is quite a few reports came out in the recent days as Gyokeres is now heating up again to Arsenal. We know it's been too long. Like, we've been linking this guy for quite a few seasons now, for being honest a bit. Yeah, quite a few not January, but summer windows, quite a few transfer windows. We've been heavily linked with Viktor Gyokeres, and a report coming out today, which is headlines saying that he will go. Arsenal set for Viktor Gyokeres talks with agent of a friend of Mikel Arteta following Sporting President tease. So Arsenal looking to sign another centre forward, as we know, and talks scheduled for a deal with Viktor Gyokeres of Sporting Lisbon. So let's give this a read, guys. So Arsenal has initiated talks with the agent of Swedish superstar Viktor Gyokeres, with a Sporting striker's agent, a key ally of manager Mikel Arteta. So apparently Arteta is really good friends with Viktor Gyokeres' agent. I don't know if that's really going to make a difference, to be honest with you, but time will tell. Doesn't really matter that he's mates with his agent. That's nice, but I mean, come on, is it really going to make a difference? Probably not, if we're being real with it, but you never know. They're going to ask currently without recognising number 9 again. I'm not going to read through that. We know this. It's why he believe that Arsenal will spend a significant portion of their summer budget on a new attacker to spare their front line. However, Gyokeres is now leading the pack of options available, apparently. Let's go through this. So Arsenal to enter talks with Viktor Gyokeres. That's just saying how well he's been doing since he's been at Portugal. So he's hit 57 league goals in 58 appearances in Lisbon. One of the hottest properties in Europe. And his dream is playing the Premier League. I think that's obvious. Premier League is, regarded as one of the best leagues in the world. I think a lot of players want to play in the Premier League. It's their dream to play in the Premier League. So there's that there as well. That's what he said earlier. So, however, Portuguese outlet Coelho de Mana has claimed in a report via Sport Witness that the formal meeting has been scheduled between Arsenal and Gyokeres' agent Hassan. I'm not going to bother butchering his second name, but yeah, he's his agent, who's a friend of Arteta. Apparently, we've had talks with his agent over the past couple of days for a summer transfer move. So the new paper reaffirms that number 9 has assurances supporting to leave for 75 million euros. Following claims from the BBC that Sporting will accept as little as 62 million for the star. So 62 million is his price tag that they'll accept, which is not even that bad when you look at a few other strikers. For a player like Gyokeres, it's under the price of 100 million. It's under what we paid for Kai Havertz, 65, wasn't it? That is under the amount of money we pay for Kai Havertz for a player like Viktor Gyokeres. That's crazy. That's really good money for me. Really good value for me. For a player like Gyokeres, who's honestly been unbelievable this season and for the past couple of seasons, to be fair as well. So transfer expert for British has even relayed claims to Sporting President Federico Vandelas that Gyokeres will go should a club match valuation suggested deal might not be too complicated. So pretty much all they want is 62 million, and he's pretty much whoever pays it. It seems that way. So Gyokeres is on the shortlist for the North Londoners. Alexander Isak remains priority, with Benjamin Sesko of RB Leipzig a serious option too. Talks of backup options are commonly placed in the transfer market, and Low Arsenal showed interest in Gyokeres. There isn't a concrete desire to sign him over higher priority names. So yeah, the likes of Alexander Isak is above Gyokeres right now for Arsenal. There's been so many reports on that saying that yes, he is Arsenal's main target. Arsenal will do everything they possibly can, to go and sign Isak over anyone else. And then there's been talk of Benjamin Sesko there as well, as we know, a very highly rated player over there, RB Leipzig, a player that Arteta really admires and wants. there's an option there. But then also Gyokeres could be thrown into that list as well, and it seems that way. So it's interesting. Isak, it seems to me that some windows are going to play out like this. We're going to find out whether Isak is available or not. Whatever happens at the end of the season on Newcastle, if he gets Champions League football, you'd presume that he'll stay, right? So there'll probably be a few weeks of talking about Isak, and then whether or not we'll go for him or not. And then we'll look at alternatives. And then for me, it will come down to two players. It will come down to Benjamin Sesko, or it will come down to this guy, Viktor, if he hasn't found a club yet. Because the first thing I'll say on this guy is like Isak, like Gyokeres, like Sesko, there is also a lot of competition around these players, as expected. These are very, very highly rated strikers. And there's a lot of players, a lot of teams, a lot of rumours going around with Gyokeres, for example. Even I saw likes of Nottingham Forest trying to look at this guy in the summer as well. Chelsea trying to look at this guy as well on their list. Manchester United trying to look at this guy as well on their list, because you'd expect that, having that old manager there who worked really well, Gyokeres. So there's many, many teams looking at Viktor Gyokeres as well. So if he's not gone by then we can look at him. But that's how I honestly see how the window will go in the summer. Is we're going to try and go all in for Isak, but we'll find out whether he will stay at Newcastle or not, and we'll see if we will pay the money for him. If that don't work out between these two as alternatives, Sesko and Gyokeres. So for me, listen, Gyokeres is an absolute no-brainer. Okay, and if you actually look at the three strikers, Isak for me is definitely the dream. Would have to spend a lot of money on that, which I'm happy to do on a player like Isak. But if we're talking about, if we can't get Isak and we're talking about Benjamin Sesko or Viktor Gyokeres, I'm happily taking Viktor Gyokeres over Benjamin Sesko all day long for me. If it was between those two that we're looking at, I'll be more disappointed if we miss out on Gyokeres and we got Sesko instead, personally. Now, it's not me calling Benjamin Sesko a bad player, but I think clearly when they're talking about 67 million for Sesko last summer and in the January transfer window that just gone, when you can get Viktor Gyokeres for 62 million, the price value speaks for itself anyway. We're getting a better player, clearly. Now, I'm sorry. What I've seen a lot of Gyokeres and I've seen a lot of Sesko. Okay, and I'm telling you right now, Gyokeres is a better option for me than Benjamin Sesko. The only thing with Sesko is, yes, he's young. Yes, he's got talent. Yes, he's got potential. But we've gone past that as a football club for me. Benjamin Sesko signing would have been really good 3-4 years ago when we was in maybe lockdown, when we was in this process of Arteta, when we was in a top 4 race. But these types of players, like Sesko, would have been good there. But we need players that are going to come in now and take us to the next level and elevate us and to win a league title, to go and win the Champions League. This is what we should be. This is what the standard should be. And we need players that are going to do that. Sesko, I'm not calling him a bad player. I just don't think he's proven himself yet on the big stage. I still think he's a very, very raw player every time I've seen this guy. He looks good in parts, but I still think he's got a lot to improve in his game to make it to the top. Whereas you look at someone like Viktor Gyokeres, you cannot deny it. Year in, year out now, this guy is taking liberties, not only in the Portuguese league, but across Europe as well, in Europe. The goal tally speaks for himself. The goals do not lie. He's a clinical goal scorer. Yes, Sesko scores goals too, but when you actually watch these two players play, you look at Viktor Gyokeres and he's got everything. He's an absolute beast up front. He terrorizes defenses, even against Arsenal, right? I know he didn't score against Arsenal, and we backed them 5-1, and that was a fantastic win in Champions League. But even when I watched this guy play against Arsenal, against us, he still caused some problems. He hit the post, he hit the crossbar, and he showed his quality even in that Sporting side that got battered 5-1. He still looked fantastic. He's a beast up front. He terrorizes defenders. His hold-up play is top class. He can not only hold up play as well, but his overall, sort of ability. His overall sort of his play overall is top class. So in terms of his attributes as well, he don't get bullied off the ball. Yeah, that's number one. He's a very physical striker. Aerially, he's superb. Yeah, honestly, Gyokeres for me is a no-brainer. For that type of money as well as talking about 62 million is a no-brainer for me. And yeah, I'll take him in an absolute heartbeat. And he would be, if we can't get Alexander Isak, go and pay the money for Viktor Gyokeres. He'd be my next. I'll take him over Sesko all day long personally. But we have to wait until this one does develop, guys. As we know, this will be a fantastic signing. But get your thoughts down below on Viktor Gyokeres. That is the latest news on him. Definitely one we've got to keep an eye on in the summer. See how this one does develop as well. You would definitely see this guy leaving, I think, Sporting Lisbon in the summer window. I think that's clear. That's obvious. He'll not be Sporting. Just end up. What will he end up at? I really hope we do go and sign him. Thanks for watching today. I'll catch you guys in my next one. Take care, everyone, and as always, come on, you Gunners.